Welcome to the Local Small Business Coach Podcast, where we discuss everyday challenges local small business owners face and help to provide the information you need to increase your profits, boost your sales, improve your processes, and develop stronger teams. So if you're looking to take your local small business to the next level, let's dive in. Here's your coach, Tammy Adams.
Hey, badass business owners. Welcome to another episode of the Local Small Business Coach Podcast, where each episode we work on getting you to $100,000 in take-home pay. Today, we're going to discuss the 5 stages of your business. So if you're ready to boost your profits, increase your sales, improve your processes, and develop stronger teams so you can stop living job to job, then let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Tammy Adams. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. Thanks for joining the family. All right, so this episode is coming out on New Year's Day. So more than likely, you've probably already set up what your goals are going to be for the new year. And hopefully, you're ready to attack it. Now, for today, if you're listening it on actual New Year's Day, why are you listening to podcasts on New Year's Day? Oh, I thought only like podcast geeks like me do that. But for most of you, you're probably already getting back to work and diving in, or you're listening to this in the future. But either way, hopefully you are like attacking it and moving each step closer to increasing those sales and those profits and making more money. And you're fired up about your business and you can't wait to see what this new year has to bring. Well, I thought I would kind of pull back a little bit, and I wanted to talk about what stage your business is in, because we spend so much time hustling, and we automatically think that we're in, maybe it's survival mode, or you think that, I'm building my business. I'm Tammy, I'm just trying to keep afloat, or I'm trying to grow it. I'm doing really good. And when I say stay afloat, it could be just because you're not making enough money, or it could be you have so much business that, you're trying to stay afloat at the same time, because sometimes we can be very successful and still be struggling. It's a weird thing, but yes, we can definitely be doing that. And one of the things that I want to make sure that you always are aware of is what stage your business is in, because whatever stage it's in is going to probably determine the types of steps that you need to take. So, for example, obviously the very first stage is the startup stage. You're getting that business together. Maybe you dabbed your toe in it. You're thinking about jumping in. Maybe you do it part-time, but you're looking at going full-time with it. We're not going to spend a lot of time in this stage. I have another podcast called the Start a Local Small Business podcast. That's for folks that are trying to put their business together and they want to know what to do. If you have a friend or you personally are doing it, go check out the Start a Local Small Business podcast. Most of you who are regular listeners to this show, you're beyond that part. You're probably into one of the next couple of stages. And the very first stage is going to be the building stage. This is where, you've started out, you don't have enough business yet, so you're building your business. You're trying to get more customers. You're trying to get the word out about your business. And by the way, you could be newer and you're in the building stage, but you also could be in business for a couple of years. And maybe you've improved because sometimes we can go back and forth in stages. So, you might be trying to, grow the business and build it even bigger than what it is today. So building can be a couple different areas where you're building it from the beginning, or later on down the road, you're trying to build that business and make it more. Maybe, like I said, it was a part-time business. You did pretty good, but now you've decided that you've jumped ship from your other full-time job. Now you want to make this full-time. So you're basically in that building stage and you're trying to build that business even more. The next phase that you tend to go into is the improve stage. So for those of you that are, you've got more business than you can handle and you're constantly busy, you're putting in that 50, 60, 70 hours that we want to try to maintain or bring down lower, but you've got a good, solid business. For you, most of you are in what I call the improve stage, because what your goal is to improve your business. You want to improve your processes probably more than anything, because by improving those processes, it actually allows you to take on more sales and, more importantly, more profits, because you want to try to continually improve your business. And by the way, I don't care how good your business is, you will stay in the improving part, in and out as you continue to try to grow that business, which is the next stage. But improving is you're going to improve so you can grow. And then you go into growing stages. Guess what? Once you start growing, you come back down to improve, because in order to continue to grow, you got to improve again to grow, back to improve. So you can see that the next stage after you've kind of improved your business is you start to grow again, and you start to take on even more business, or you tend to bring on more employees, or you buy more equipment to continue to grow. So now you're growing even more. And then you get to a point where you've grown, you're feeling the tightness and the pain a little bit. You step back to improving, because you got to improve those processes once more so that you continue to grow. So you're noticing a trend here that you kind of, you go back and forth a little bit, but it's kind of like steps. You take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And then as you continue to improve and grow, at some point, you're going to do something with your business. It could be that you want to retire. It could be that you want to, pass the business down to a family member, or sell the business to someone else. Whatever the case may be, the ultimate goal of that business at the end of the day is to either sell it, pass it along, and hopefully not just close it down, because you've worked hard to build that business. There's somebody out there who will take it on, who will either want to buy that business from you, or buy those customers from you, buy your products from you. At the end, there is some goal that you're going to either sell or pass it down through generations, kind of a thing. My main thing that I wanted to try to make sure that we all walk away with is, I want you to step back and ask yourself, which stage are you in currently today? Are you on the startup stage? Probably maybe a couple of you. Are you in the building stage? You know what? It's a newer business. You're continuing to build it, make it stronger, get it to the point where it's a good, solid business. Then, are you in the improving stage, that you know that in order for you to grow, you've got to improve, you've got to tweak? And for those of you that are in the growing stage, you know what? You've gone back, you've been working on your processes, and now you're just continuing to grow and take on more business. Don't forget, improve, grow. That's ultimately where the majority of you are going to fall, is in that improve, grow. And I want to make sure that you step back and like I said, that you're recognizing the fact that you need to step back. Too often we're just go, and we forget that we've got to take a few minutes, step back, grow our business, get it better, take a step back, improve it, fix those processes, hire the people that we need to do, grow, come back, improve. Hopefully that's making some sense. I want to make sure that you understand that every successful business has gone through this model. It might be called something else. People might use different words, but every successful business out there has done this. If you think about it, you can think of almost any business, and there's been hiccups along the way. There's been things that cause them to step back. Okay, I got to change my model. I got to tweak something. And then they continue to grow and to be strong. People have called for the demise of a lot of places. Where we get into trouble is when we don't realize we need to step back, that we think we just need to push, and we don't step back and try to improve our business. So I want to make sure that we all, take stock of where you're at so that you can do that. What I don't want is for you to fall into the trap that I see people falling into. And that has to do with one of two things. What prevents us from going back and forth between improve and grow is typically usually one of two things. Either A, our ego is in the way, and we don't realize that, our business can constantly improve. We see that we're killing it. We think we're all that in a bag of chips, and we don't need to step back. We don't need to take it. We just need to keep killing it, going forward and everything else. I'm rocking it. My business is fantastic, blah, blah, blah. So our ego is actually getting in the way. Your ego is causing you not to take your business to that next level. You might be continually get busy, but there's going to come a point in time where it's going to hit a wall and it's going to stop, and it's going to be due to your ego, to your arrogance on your business. So please make sure that you don't do that. The other thing that causes people to not go back and forth between grow and improve is the need for money. Let's face it, we have bills we have to pay, and we have, financial obligations, if you will. And we have to continue to take every sale that we could possibly do to get to the end. And matter of fact, it's funny because it just popped into my head. I was actually in this very conversation yesterday with a fellow business owner, and we were talking about the fact that our business, we both kind of got into being a real estate agent around the same time. And we were both talking about how this past year felt so good because for the first time in a long time, we didn't feel as if we had to take every single job that came our way, that every single person that showed up, we could actually say, you know what, this isn't the right fit. This isn't the right type of client that I want to work with. And we were able to select the right people for us. And guess what? Here's the funny part. That was because we continued to improve, grow. And then last year we were able to see the fruits of that labor. And guess what? We both had an excellent year. And it's amazing that when you do take a step back and you don't just chase the dollar, because I guess that's the biggest point I want to do is get across is you can't chase every dollar forever. I get it in the beginning when you've got to put food on the table and you've got to pay the electric bill and whatnot. You know, you're going to chase every customer. You're going to chase every single dollar. But there comes a point in time when you can't keep doing that. And you've got to step back and say, okay, what do I need to do differently in my business in order to move forward? So for example, for me, one of the things I had to do is there was a certain segment of our business that I had to walk away from. And I'm actually facing that for this coming year. And I do a lot of business in a certain niche that, you know, it isn't financially rewarding. It is personally because I love helping these people. But at the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and energy for very little return. And I have to ask myself, what's the better use of my time? More so, not so much for me, but for my business. In order for me to hit my business goals down the line, I have to make that change because my goal isn't to be a real estate agent forever. My goal is using this as a vehicle for the bills while I build my business to help you folks, because my true passion and calling and where I want to be is building my online business, or not so much the online part, but building this business around local small business owners and helping you folks out, that I have to continually tweak my business to become the type of real estate business I need it to be, to create a really strong financial funnel for me through the use of other people eventually, so I can go do my own thing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know, for your business, in order for it to grow, you've got to continually find ways to improve it to get to the ultimate end goal that you have. So for example, in my case, I've got to continue to say, okay, what type of business should I keep? What type of business do I need to let go? What type of processes do I need to put in place? What type of marketing do I need to do? So constantly tweak, grow. That's what I've been doing over the last year. That's really what my main message, I guess, that I have for you today is I want to make sure that you are, whatever stage you're in, that you're really working to get into that next stage and that you realize it's okay to take that step back, especially for the vast majority of you, which are in that improve, grow. All right. I know I'm getting to that point where I know, I'm kind of starting to repeat myself. And whenever I do that, I know it's time to start wrapping this thing up. But, as we start this new year and as we go into what we're going to accomplish together in this next year, is I really want to do everything that I can to help you have the best financial year you've had in a really long time. And I'm excited by that. I see the possibilities for each and every one of you. So if you're listening to me right now, if you've got me playing through your speakers, through your earbuds, however you're listening, I want you to take a moment and I want you to envision your life if you were making 1.5 times, 2 times, 3 times more money than what you're currently making today in your business. I want you to think of what would your life be like if you didn't have to necessarily work more hours, but you would have more money in your pocket. What would it feel like if you weren't having to run job to job over and over? What would that feel like? What would it feel like if you didn't have to worry about how you were going to pay your mortgage this month, that you had the money in the bank to be able to pay your rent, to pay your mortgage? What would that feel like? Because here's the thing, each and every one of you guys can do it. because you can do it. And my mission is to help you do it. Like I said, last year felt so good for me because, for many, many years, I didn't have to worry about that stuff. And then I went through this period during my local small business days where I had to worry about that. I had to worry about the next job and getting the next money and how I was going to make it happen. And you know what was nice about last year? Last year I had an awesome year. And you know what? I didn't have to freak out at the beginning of the month. I didn't have to go, oh my gosh, if this deal falls through or this doesn't happen, I'm not going to find a way to be able to pay my bills. And I attribute that 100% to getting into this grow, improve stage of my business. And I think that's where a lot of you guys are. And my whole mission this year is to help you feel that feeling. I want you to feel what it's like to not have to worry about next month. I want you to start getting to the point where you're not thinking about next month. You're thinking about next year and how big you can make your business without necessarily working more hours, how you can take your kids to Disneyland, if that's what the goal is, whatever the case may be. Take that cruise with your spouse, whatever makes you feel good. You know what? I played poker last night, and I've talked about this before, that used to be my fun thing. And you know what? I've been able to play more poker in the last, 4 or 5 months than I have in the last 4 or 5 years. And it's because, you know what? I don't have to struggle every single time trying to figure out what job am I going to chase and whatnot. Do I work a lot of hours? Absolutely. Do I love everything that I'm doing? Absolutely. But you know what? I also love not having to do job to job. And I want you to feel that in this coming year. You know what? Today's the new year. I want you fired up. If you're listening to this a few days later in the year, I don't care when you're listening to it. I want you to feel in your soul what it's going to feel like when you don't have to worry about going job to job. Because we're going to do this together. Continue to send me your emails. Send me what's the most frustrating part of your business. Send me an email to tammy@localsmallbusinesscoach.com and tell me what is your biggest frustration. What is keeping you from being able to improve your business? What is keeping you from making that leap? Is it a mindset thing? Is it something within your business? Is there a roadblock that's in front of you? You know what? You're not alone. There's a bunch of you out there that feel this way. And by sharing your story with me or sending me the email, then I can address it here on the podcast, or I can answer you directly. Obviously, I answer every email that I get. But more importantly, we can learn from each other, and we can have the most amazing 2018 as a collective group. I want you listening right now. When you hear my voice, I want you to think about what it would feel like if you could improve your business, more profits, 25%, 35%, 50%, whatever it is, double, depending upon where you're at in your stage. You might need to quadruple your business because you're just starting out or it's been that bad. I'm here to help. And like I said, I'm rambling. I want to stop that. But, whatever phase you're in, start, build, improve, grow. You're getting ready to sell your business. It doesn't matter. Just remember, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Don't worry about the step backs. A lot of times the step backs are so we can move forward even further. Identify where you are with your business. I'm here for you. If you have a question, don't forget, send it over to tammy@localsmallbusinesscoach.com. I want to hear from you. Let me know what's going on. What's your pain points? How can I help in this new year? What topics do you want me to cover here on the show? And by the way, if you haven't already, don't forget, go to localsmallbusinesscoach.com to get your free business health check. It's going to walk you through the different areas of your business to help you identify what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, areas that you can work on to do that improve stage. Because if we're improve, grow, you need to know where it is you need to improve. The business health check, which is found at, like I said, localsmallbusinesscoach.com, or you can even put /business health check. There's all kinds of ways that you can find it over there. Do it. I'm telling you, it's going to be the best couple of hours you've ever dived into your business. You're going to come up with some really sweet goals to help grow your business. And with that, I am going to go ahead and wrap this puppy up. Meanwhile, I want you to get out there and I want you to kick some ass. See you next time. Bye for now. Hey, before you go, I just have one little favor. If you have a subject, a topic, a question that you would like have answered on the show or talked about, please shoot me a message over at Tammy@localsmallbusinesscoach.com. Once again, I want to hear from you, so shoot it over to me, Tammy@localsmallbusinesscoach.com.